Here we go. Let's see. We're going to start with Danny. Danny says, should I add the city name on multi-location GMBs, for instance, ABC Pest Control dash Chicago? Yeah, so I like to do that, Danny, because let me see if I can pull this up. Guys, I know I've shared this before, but I'm going to do it again because I can't assume that everybody's always here, but or attends these things. But these are kind of the 4 points for when doing a multi-location business. You have the name. So this is the business. We're going to put the business name. So that's the name part of NAPW, right? Name, address, phone number, website. So physical address. Sorry if I can spell physical address. Then we have the phone number. And then lastly, we have the website URL, right? Which is what I call the location landing page. Okay. Those are the excuse me, 4 data points for a brand that when we talk about NAP, which includes W in my opinion, NAPW, then you can cause location ambiguation if you use any more than one common data point. And so what I recommend is as a way to kind of make everything unique is to append the city name when it's a multi-location business to the city or to, excuse me, to the business name. You don't need to put a dash or a hyphen or any of that. You could just put brand city name. And that's typically what I like to do for multi-location businesses, which I've managed dozens of those over the years, and also produced many lead gen assets that are multi-location assets. And so that's how I prefer to do it because then it makes each of those data points unique. Here's the thing. The physical address should be unique anyway, right? Because it's a separate GBP. The phone number I always recommend is a separate and unique phone number. You can have a common phone number that's attached to all Google Business Profile locations as an additional number. So here's an example. If you have a 1-800 number or the client has a 1-800 number for a toll-free number, period, that is common to all locations, then that phone number can be added as an additional phone number to the GBP. You would put the individual local number for each location as the main or primary phone number in the GBP, but then you can add additional phone numbers, and that way you can associate a phone number, a common phone number with all locations as well. So that's another thing. Usually you should have a unique phone number as the display number in the GBP. And then the website URL should be a dedicated location landing page for a multi-location business. Why I bring this up is because I do a ton of audits and I see a lot of multi-location businesses that will have the same business name and then they'll link to the same page URL, usually the homepage. And then they wonder why they can't get any maps rankings or their citation tracker report shows a whole bunch of errors when really it's because that's what I call location ambiguation, because if there's more than one common data point, then it confuses Google. It confuses Bright Local. That's what we use for citation tracking, but I'm sure the other citation trackers would be confused as well. That's why I say, I always recommend, regardless if it's a dedicated or excuse me, a multi-location business, it should have a dedicated location landing page for each GBP, full stop. And then the business name can remain the same that way. And that's why I bring that up, is because a lot of clients aren't going to want to see names appended to, like, city names and stuff appended to their brand. And so if you're going to have one common data point, which is the limit, then it should be the business name, the brand name. That should be the common data point because it's going to have a unique physical address. It should have a unique phone number for the reasons I just mentioned, and also a dedicated location landing page URL. And then the business name could be common across all locations. However, that said, I personally, when it's my own projects or if it's a client that is open to the recommendation, the suggestion, then I do recommend appending the city name to the brand name as well, because then that just makes all data points unique and it makes it much easier to delineate between each individual location, if that's clear. So that was a good question, Danny, but that's how I handle it.